New footage shows this is how Ukrainian FPV drones takes out Russian soldiers and blew up trench in Avdiivka. The humiliating defeat comes as new figures show Russian casualties have soared in the almost 2-year conflict. Dramatic footage captures the moment a Ukrainian drone FPV takes out a Russian soldier while the unsuspecting victim was taking shelter in a dug trench in the Avdiivka forest area. The 11-second video, shot in a forested area by a drone, shows Russian soldiers taking cover near a tree before entering a hidey hole. Meanwhile, the drone scans around the woodland, seemingly for other targets in the area, before taking aim at the soldier. The drone waited a moment to lock on to the target when the Russian troops were sitting down. But the FPV drone immediately attacked the trench and blew up the soldier. He bounced after being hit by the attack from the Ukrainian FPV drone, and he then falls to the ground, seemingly without a sound. It is unclear when and where in Ukraine the video was filmed. The footage comes as the UK Ministry of Defense reports Russia is suffering almost 300 more casualties, soldiers killed and a wounded a day in 2023 compared to 2022. The MOD Defense Update, released on Saturday morning, suggests the increase may be due to Russia mobilizing some of its reservists in September. This has led to Russian forces in Ukraine being a lower quality, high-quantity mass army as a result. A spokesperson added, "It will likely take Russia 5 to 10 years to rebuild a cohort of highly trained and experienced military units." If casualties continue at the current rate through the next year, by 2025, Russia will have sustained over 500,000 personnel killed and wounded over 3 years of war. This is compared to the Soviet Union's 70,000 casualties in the 9-year Soviet-Afghan War. This comes as Ukraine has carried out a major air offensive on Russia's border regions, a day after Moscow launched its biggest wave of airstrikes on Kyiv and other Ukrainian regions since the war began. Russia's likely capture of a town in eastern Ukraine won't give it any big strategic boost unless it can sort out its inability to fight with armored vehicles without sustaining huge losses, a group of experts said. The Washington, D.C.-based Institute for the Study of War said in an update on Wednesday that Russia's likely capture of Marinka in Donetsk Oblast represents a limited Russian tactical gain. It added that it doesn't suggest any operationally significant advance unless Russian forces have dramatically improved their ability to conduct rapid mechanized forward movement, which they show no signs of having done. Russia on Monday said it had taken control of Marinka, an eastern Ukrainian town where fighting has raged for months, and Ukraine said the following day that its forces had retreated to the town's outskirts to set up new positions. The ISW said that Russian forces likely control most if not all of Marinka, despite no visual confirmation as of Tuesday that Russia had fully captured the town. Marinka could be strategic, as its location offers a gateway into the Ukrainian city of Donetsk. Russian President Vladimir Putin claimed the win there would allow his forces to push further into Ukraine, but the ISW said Russia's progress in Marinka is unlikely to give it a big strategic boost, unless it can improve its mechanized warfare. The ISW said, Russia has not been able to conduct any offensive operation that resulted in a rapid and mechanized forward advance since spring 2022, and in fact, its capabilities for this are severely degraded. Previous Russian mechanized assaults have resulted in huge vehicle losses, like in the nearby town of Avdiivka, where losses prompted the Russian command to transition to infantry-heavy ground attacks. The ISW said, has been vocal about what it says is Russia's failure to conduct successful offensives with vehicles. Riley Bailey, a Russia analyst with the ISW, told earlier this month that Russia was repeatedly making the same mistakes using armored vehicles, resulting in big losses again and again. Russia recently pivoted to more infantry-based tactics, showing it is sacrificing men to preserve vehicle power, Bailey said. But this new tactic will make it hard for Russia to progress further than Marinka. Another reason is that Ukraine has previously fortified many of the settlements that surround Marinka in the almost 2 years since the full-scale invasion began. Russian forces have advanced less than 2 miles into Marinka, and there are no signs Russia will be faster to take other settlements, the ISW said. Russia's likely takeover of Marinka is the result of several months of highly attritional marginal gains, rather than the result of any sudden rapid mechanized Russian advance, it said. Marinka has also been almost completely destroyed in the fighting, but Ukraine's commander-in-chief, Valery Zaluzhny, said the damage was such that it no longer exists. Ukraine's retreat from Marinka was designed to protect the lives of his soldiers, Zaluzhny said, describing it as nothing that can cause a public outcry. While Ukraine will be strengthening its air defense, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said in his nightly video address Saturday, "We have already reached agreements on this," he said. The theme of air defense arises in almost every meeting and talk with world leaders. There will be more systems, more protection for the sky. Zelensky said that this past week, Ukraine shot down 104 Shahed drones out of the 112. Each destroyed drone means saved lives and preserved infrastructure, he said. During a Russian drone attack across Ukraine Saturday, Ukraine's Air Force said its forces and mobile groups of drone hunters shot down 30 of the 31 Iranian-made Shahed drones targeting 11 Ukrainian regions. The targeted areas included Kyiv, the capital, and the southern region of Kherson and the western region of Khmelnytsky. The drones attacked in groups, in waves, and from different directions, said Serhiy Popko, head of Kyiv's military administration.
Lira!